What's that?
Somebody's here.
Somebody. Okay. When you say somebody's here.
Somebody. Just come on.
Okay.
Want to come on in?
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
You're right there.
I guess that's you.
All right.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm Tom.
Zach.
Yep.
You can call me Steve if you want.
Okay. What's your last name, Zach?
Goody.
Okay. Now I know who this is. You are the current singer for Smashmouth, isn't that correct?
And I heard you were talking smack.
Well,
I'm here to settle the score. I'm here to settle the score.
This is not good. This is not good. Look, it's hard out there, man. Zach,
don't backpedal now.
No. Look, okay. I'm gonna just explain myself. I'm not looking.
You got some.
I'm not hiding. I'm not running. Look, if I was gonna run, I'd already be out there. Be a hole in the wall.
I didn't think they told you I was coming in. I think they just surprised you.
This is okay. I'm just gonna say this. I got a little mouthy on the show a week or so ago because, again, it's hard out there. Work is hard to come by.
It's a gig economy.
It's a gig economy. I'm going to take your own words.
That's it.
And I'm going to hold you to them, Zach. Now, I'm looking for like the next thing. I thought, what if I could become the singer in Smashmouth, right? That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, well, look, and then I looked it up and I saw, Zach Goode is the singer. Look, he's been there for 6 years. He's he had a good.
I had a good run.
Had a good run. I figured maybe I could slide in there and just kind of.
There's a lot of, it's not a hard no for me. I mean, first of all, I think it's above my pay grade for hires and fires. But
that's what I'm going to say. I don't know if the guy who I'm going to replace should be just like, hey, I'm getting forced out of the band by this guy who I don't know.
There's a few things that you have to take into consideration. So how willing are you to travel?
Oh, I'll travel.
I mean, we just flew to Okinawa for one show and flew back. It's a 34-hour travel day. I mean, is that in your wheelhouse?
Sure, I could do that.
Okay.
So when you do that, it's you're flying into Okinawa. That is pretty far, actually.
We went to Tokyo for 3 days first.
Okay,
so hung for a few days, got acclimated, and then went back through Dubai with an 8-hour layover.
Okay,
so it's stuff like that which kind of wears you like.
And you just learned how to just like you build it because you've been doing music for a very long time.
Yeah. Well, I've been in bands for 30 years, but never at this level. And the other guys in the band have been in the band for longer than me, obviously. Yes. So they're used to it. And I learned quickly that bands at this level, or this level is the right word, but this touring sort of level which is like us and all the 90s bands and Spin Doctors and Sugar Ray and Gin Blossoms and all these guys. They play pretty much these things called flyaway dates. Okay. So as opposed to being on a bus, you play every weekend somewhere else. And so it changes up here and there, but normally you're flying Friday, get in super late, look for a place to eat in Oklahoma, wake up, have nothing to do the whole day, sound check, play your show at the state fair, get up first thing in the morning and fly home by Sunday night. Yeah. That's the gig.
So it's like in, do the thing, out.
So, you could record a new album, you can sell whatever you want to do, but the gig is basically getting on a plane and singing All-Star.
Yeah.
That's the gig.
So
once you wrap your mind around that, you might be okay. You might be in the mix.
So you roll in. So when you joined in 2022,
I got hired in 21 around Christmas, but we didn't. Our first show was Memorial Day weekend 22. Yeah. Okay, so it's been about going on my 5th year. It's been 4 plus years.
Sure. So this is your 5th and
final year
in Smashmouth. Right. Now, what should I know about the job? Look, I'm not saying I'm going to take it from you, or I'm going to try to take it from you.
Okay, first of all, can you sing?
Yeah, I can sing a little.
Okay, that's a negative.
Oh no. Okay.
You're gonna want to You got to be a
Okay.
showman. The voices and
Sure.
the singing on key and all that stuff, that's overrated. You got to
Sure.
really work the crowd is the most important thing. And
so when you're up there, you do like a robot, or you
I do a little robot. I do a little
Okay.
robot. I got some skills. I got some
Okay.
moves. Jumping around. How can you jump? How's your lateral?
Not what it used to be.
Okay. Well, none of us are what we used to be.
But it wasn't much to begin with. But it's less of what it was at one point.
How are you with lots of people dressed up in Shrek outfits, demanding a lot of your time and filling up your inbox on Instagram? And asking for things.
Like,
a
what
lot.
kind of things are they asking for?
Handwritten lyrics, video shout outs, guitar picks, CDs from my old band that broke up 30 years ago.
Sure.
You name it.
Everybody wants something, don't they, Zach?
Well, once you learn how to
Sure.
turn off the red messages on Instagram, then
yeah.
you can kind of finesse it a little bit. That's the trick right there.
So the trick is you
Don't let them know you've seen their message.
Yeah.
No.
You need to set it up. So, and look, I know you're having fun and stuff. You look, unless you're actually like a bad guy, this would actually work in my favor for the gig. Unless everybody else is worse in the band and
No,
you're
we're-
like the good guy.
We're pretty fan friendly. Like we do a lot of the audience for the band is like very all ages, a lot of people that are very into Shrek. And like
Sure.
I said, I'm not kidding about that. Like they come in costume, they come with VHS tapes to sign, things like that. And we spend a lot of time after every show taking selfies and taking pictures and because that's what I would want from my bands. I mean, whether it's another day at work for you, it's like it's always some kid's first concert, and this particular band. That's the other thing. With great power comes great responsibility.
Well, that's true. And
So,
now, what was your first concert that you
ever?
saw? Yeah.
Iron Maiden Peace of Mind tour, 1983, Worcester Centrum.
Okay.
And then Elvis Costello a couple weeks after that on the Punch the Clock tour. So it's like a 1-2.
I saw the Punch the Clock tour also.
Yeah, with Aztec Camera opening
I
up.
saw it in Asbury Park.
I was in Massachusetts. I was close by.
See, we were probably four days apart probably on that one.
My brother took me to see the Motorhead at the Ritz in '85. Also one of my first concerts with Wendy O. Williams opening.
Wow. So you got
Cro-Mags and SOD. That was a good,
wow.
good
So you got a good education there. Older brother?
4 years older in New York City.
Okay.
Back and forth New York City and then Provincetown, Massachusetts, right? Most of my life, yeah.
And he was he the one of the architects of your musical taste?
For sure. He still is. He's sort of an avant-garde producer, musician guy. He has a side project band with Trey from Mr. Bungle, which is like a comedic death metal band called Faxted. He does electronic music.
Yeah, it was on Amarillo
Records. Yeah,
Records.
exactly. And
Greg Turkington.
Greg. That's his whole little scene.
Yeah.
James Goode, my brother. And then he turned me on to, at a young age, Devo and Brian Eno and Bad Brains and all that stuff, all the good stuff in the late 70s, early 80s. So I grew up.
So you had the proper foundation.
The proper older brother stuff.
Yeah.
And then my dad had the hippie records. So I had the Cat Stevens and the ELO on the other side of it too.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
became a big Beatles guy.
Yeah. And where was this you grew up?
Born in New York City.
Okay.
But my mom lived in Provincetown, Cape Cod, which is like the very interesting artist, kind of like half gay, half bohemian town.
Yeah.
So I grew up there. Just my dad owned the equivalent of like the New Beverly there. This little theater that was like a repertory theater.
Beverly.
Rocky Horror at Midnight.
Okay.
Yellow Submarine, Clockwork Orange, all that stuff. So I just grew up going to cult movies my whole life.
You've had some kind of life here, Zach, with this.
That was just the first 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the midnight movies. Like what? Yeah, that's amazing. What was it like having access to a movie theater like that?
Yeah, well, that was so. As part of the divorce agreement, my dad moved back to New York and left me in Provincetown with mom. And back in the 70s, apparently it was a thing to have split custody.
Okay.
So the younger one stayed with the mom, the older one goes to the dad. So I grew up as an only child, basically.
Wow. But you knew your brother was.
But I saw him on vacation.
Yeah.
But part of the exit agreement, I guess, for his movie theater when he sold his share, whatever it was that I get in free +1 for life. So I was there every single night for Rocky Horror for years. I saw Star Wars 10 times when it came out with a friend. Yeah. So I was popular.
That's one of those ones where it's like everybody's like, yeah, of course. You come in and +1 and you get the thing. And then after a while, it's just like, hey, I'm back again. Like, it's just like after a while.
They would also have raffles before every, and I couldn't participate because I wasn't a paying customer.
Sure.
So when they gave away the 10 speed, I was like, damn it.
Yeah. No, that's very funny. I Well, I love the New Beverly. That's
Yeah,
one of
I
the
go
best parts of living out here.
I go as much as I can. Unfortunately, I'm usually gone, so I tend to go to the more matinees, like on the weekends with the kids and stuff. And
Yeah.
see some cool 80s stuff. With them
Yeah.
when I can.
No, it's I haven't been in a minute, but I just absolutely that was one of the moving here and having just that in my backyard was just one of the most validating things about.
And I learned a lot from the pod every week, the PCP one with Brian and Elric. I mean, I discover a million new movies every month with those guys. So
yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, no, I've seen some pretty crazy things there. I got to see The Long Goodbye, and Elliot Gould was there.
Oh, really?
It was pretty amazing. Just like things like that of
course,
can't happen anywhere else.
Yep. Last time I was there, we were seeing. I forgot what we were seeing, but what's his name from SNL? The guy that plays Trump was there.
Oh, James Austin Johnson.
Yeah, yeah. As we were, the kids were like, many people are saying it's the greatest movie of all time. It's incredible.
Now, is there any chance you might consider applying for a job at the New Beverly once, chapters
once
of life?
Once I need
exactly.
Once you're, I would be available for like the guy that gave up his job to go host. When they show Shrek 2 there, I could do the Q&A maybe.
That's exactly it. I mean, this is all. These are opportunities, and look. Do I know you well? No, I don't. You do seem a little comfortable, and I think you need a little shake up.
Just take me down a peg.
Little shake up, just to be like on your toes again.
Okay, how about this? I'm the only guy in America who doesn't have a podcast.
Okay,
we could do a trial.
Oh, no.
Little trial. We'll do a little.
Take my show.
A little Freaky Friday. Switch.
Look, I will do that. Look, I'm out the door already. Go get my car.
That's how I feel now. So
you're gonna be here.
I'm tired, man. I've been on the road all summer. Yeah. I'm ready for a break.
So when you're an East Coast guy.
Yeah.
You had the foundation.
Yep.
And how did you get in with the guys in Smashmouth?
Well, there was I don't know if you want to hear the whole backstory that leads up to, because there's 30 years of being in bands before that, but the actual, long story short, I was kind of a theater kid. I went to like Stage Door Manor in upstate New York. I went to St. Anne's performing in Brooklyn Heights, and with Beastie Boys, and Jennifer Connelly was in my class. And so I grew up acting, did off-Broadway, did an off-Broadway play when I was 9 years old. I did a commercial with Christopher Reeve. I was like doing that whole musical theater thing. Gradually, that turned into, growing my hair long and discovering Led Zeppelin and starting a band in high school.
Yeah.
Did that for many years. And then in 91, I moved out to San Diego after being in Hawaii for 3 years.
Okay.
And started a band there. And that was kind of like the beginning of the professional music thing.
Okay.
Because it happened to be like the same month that like Nirvana hit, and like,
yeah,
I was in San Diego, and it was like every band that we played with was, Blink, Incubus, Korn, Deftones, Sublime, Sugar Ray, No Doubt, all the people who went on to become these big bands. So we had a good career there put out 7 albums, did that for the whole 90s and 2000s, moved to LA.
So you were out there for the San Diego's. You were out there for
my 20s and 30s,
for Rocket and Jehu.
Rocket and Jehu and Inch, and who else was out there? That was the cool thing about San Diego, was that there was all these. We were in kind of like the metal, like alternative metal kind of scene. Like it was the Soma all ages scene. It was us, Slightly Stupid, POD, Blink, all these guys. And then there was the Casbah scene, which was the bands you just mentioned.
Yeah.
All the kind of post-punk cool bands. And there was also a big reggae scene, which spawned Slightly Stupid and Pepper and all these big bands now. And there was the coffee house scene, which was Jason Mraz and Jewel.
Wow.
So there was a metal scene, which has like As I Lay Dying, all the other bands that are huge now. So it was a pretty diverse scene. Yeah.
So it was really lit up at that window. So you got a lot of cross pollination going.
We did, and made a lot of friends, had a lot of fun. But we were like the one bands that never made it. Like we saw our other friends get famous. So we did that for about 15 years, and then I moved to LA about 10 years ago, and started doing some tribute stuff, because like playing original music is just difficult. People want to be paid, in LA. So I did a lot of I did a Beatles kind of, not a tribute, like a theater show. I did a Beastie Boys tribute. I did a yacht rock thing. I did a Weezer thing. I did a 80s thing. I was doing all kinds of stuff, plus voiceover work.
Okay.
I've been doing a bunch of voiceover stuff. And then kind of came across this ad somewhere on social media saying Smashmouth, due to Steve's stepping down.
Yeah.
And Tom's unavailability. Please feel free to audition. So I just auditioned, sent a tape in, and one thing led to another. And
I didn't know that I was mentioned in the ad.
Yeah, it's funny. They that far back.
They knew me better than I did.
They know your body so well.
So you were you were ready for something where you could kind of you could just call it your.
I was kind of at the point
gig.
in life where I've had so much experience. I was confident in what I could do, but I also didn't care that much because it came later in life where I was like, what's the worst that could happen? I could either not get the gig or I can brick it and get fired. So I was like, why not me?
Yeah.
You know? So
absolutely.
I just went for it. And then kind of like one thing led to the other. And then it was like, you know, then they're calling back and then I'm visiting them. Then I'm going up there. Then I'm going to San Jose. Then we're recording this. And all of a sudden, like, I got the gig. And then I was like, okay, you're on stage at a festival now.
Sure. So what was it like for you to have to, I mean, you're fitting into a slot that was defined.
Yeah.
But you're also your own person with your own experiences and your own career, all of that. You bring your own stuff to the table too.
Yeah.
What's it like to strike that balance?
You said it. You have to strike the balance. I mean, people want to hear what they want to hear. You know, they want to hear the songs that, you know, as close to the original as they can. On the other hand, many bands have been successful with a new lead singer, you know, kind of like, you know, doing his own thing a little bit more. AC/DC, Van Halen, Faith No More. Yeah. These kind of bands who they play the songs, but the singer has a little bit of his own personality. So I kind of try to walk that line of like, I try to sound like Steve as much as I can because people want to hear Tom, you know, and, but I have my own personality, you know, I write my own music and, you know, I kind of have a higher voice. So I have a little more of a range. So I can mess around a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. And with it, it's, and when you are on that in that world, you guys just actually put a new album out like a week ago.
Yeah, we put a new album out 1 week ago. Yeah,
which is crazy.
Mercury Comet. Yeah,
yeah. It's your swan song with the band, and because
that's my.
I'm kind of thinking
my unintentional last album.
Yes, it was you. Look, you had a good run. You got one like first.
We did a Christmas album a couple years ago, so I got two in.
So you got
two in. You know.
Well, I was actually gonna redo your Christmas album.
That would actually probably be easier if we just punch in the vocals because you already have the backing tracks there for you.
Yeah, we'll just do it the karaoke style.
There you go.
So with that, how what is the challenge with saying like, hey, we actually want to keep doing stuff and not just be a legacy act? Like, what's that?
You know, I don't know. It's a weird time, not just for a legacy band, but for any band. You know, it's a strange time to make music because, you know, music is consumed so different now. So, you know, people don't buy albums anymore, as you know. It's like it's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Music is free to this generation. So it's like you put the work in and then you watch your numbers stream and then you never get paid for it. So it's a weird, you know, it's a weird place to be.
It really is strange because it used to be people would tour to support an album. And then now people make an album to support a tour, to have something to sell at a show.
Like I said, the whole gig is getting on a plane and singing All Star. So it's like,
sure,
we could put music out, people hear it, but it's you know, I'm not under the you know, misconception that anything we ever do will ever top a billion streams of All Star. You know,
but the thing is, it's
you can try, but
you can certainly try, and that's one of the things I always admire when you have like these guys, like, I mean, it's crazy when you see people like Neil Young and Paul McCartney still being like, no, I'm still chasing something.
The new Stones album is great, by the way.
Yeah, but that's exactly
like, you know, in their 80s.
But they're still like, it's like in the back of their mind, does Paul McCartney think he's going to beat Hey Jude with the things like,
it's what you
probably
do.
Not, but it's also like, hey, I did do it once. Who knows? Right. I'm the guy that did it once. Nobody else did it. I think
Paul is like one of one. So I mean, he can do it. He can do whatever he wants to do.
But I'm just saying, for the thing that gets him up and gets him sitting at a piano to write a new song.
Yeah, it's what you do. You know, it's like that's our gig, and it's like, you know, playing live is great, but it does take a toll. The travel is hard, and so you know, sometimes you want to just like be creative and not be on a plane. And,
yeah. No,
I just put out new music for the hell of it. You know, and some people hear it, some people don't.
Yeah, and do you feel like are you like, is it generally like like an aughts kind of vibe? Like, because it's probably like, what is it like in terms of the bills and things, like who are you sharing bills with?
Some of the bands I mentioned before. I mean, we're, like I said, we fly everywhere. So we live in the American Airlines lounge. Okay, so you know, we're passing, ships passing in the night with, you know, Spin Doctors, Gin Blossoms, Five for Fighting, Lit, Sugar Ray, Tonic, Better Than Ezra, all the usual cast of characters. I mean, last weekend we played, or maybe 2 weekends ago, we played the Pacific Amphitheater with Sugar Ray and Tonic.
Okay,
and it was sold out, 7,400 people. That's amazing. You know, people just losing their minds and the nostalgia, and they bring their kids and their moms, and it's a thing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see something that, like, because like in my mind, the idea of like, older music is stuff from like the 70s or something, but then you just jump and it's just suddenly like, no, this is like.
Did you see that? I saw a thing yesterday that said, "Please Please Me" by the Beatles is now closer to have been released in the 19th century than it was in our century.
That's horrible.
Because it was like 60, whatever. It's like it's been 65 years, whatever it was.
That's
that. So that kind of thing. When you think like, okay, all of the Hall of Fame bands, they've already moved on to the cool 90s bands, Radiohead and Rage Against the Machine, all those bands.
Yeah.
So who's next? It's got to be Korn, Deftones, Sublime, the bands that like kind of started new metal or had their own genre.
Yeah.
And after that, they have no excuse. You might be in the band in time to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's like.
Have you practiced your speech yet?
I think I just want to feel the moment.
You want to play one gig before the Hall of Fame, maybe?
I could just say this, Zach. I'm gonna talk you up like nobody's business on the stage. I say I wouldn't be here.
As
without
an influence.
Without that. Oh, of course.
Is it every night or just in the Hall of Fame speech?
We'll start with the Hall of Fame.
Okay, that's a good place. Aim high.
And probably I'll say it will be in all the other shows, but I will like cut that.
You'll think it.
Yeah, I'll be it's like, well, it's kind of slowing things down a little bit. He gets it. He'll get it.
That's fair.
He's not here. And
I don't know if the Hall of Fame though, it's not even on HBO anymore. I don't know if many people will see the ceremony.
Yeah, I guess it'll have to be
YouTube maybe or something.
Like, sure, it's going to be on.
Losers have shows on YouTube.
Like,
sorry. Are we on the air yet?
Look, Zach. So with the new album, what is the attitude going into a thing, considering like what people expect from like a Smashmouth record versus where the record you'd actually want to make regardless of Smashmouth?
I think the original intent was to kind of go back to the first album, the Fush You Mang album, which was basically, it was a strange, I can't speak to it as much because I wasn't in the band, obviously, but I've heard the stories, which was basically, they were a ska punk band, with some great songs.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Camp wrote a lot of the songs that became the hits, but on that first album, they had Walking on the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the story goes something like, Carson Daly was their roadie in San Jose.
Okay.
So he got a job at K-Rock. He moved to LA.
Mm-hmm.
He played the entire album was done, recorded by Eric Valentine.
Okay.
San Jose, he did Third Eye Blind and then Smashmouth back to back before they got signed. So when Carson played Walking on the Sun on K-Rock, it like lit up, became this huge phenomenon. They got this big record deal with Jimmy Iovine and Interscope.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing was they already had the full album done.
Yeah.
So there was no delays. They put the whole album out. It became this huge smash.
Yeah.
But they're known for that one song. Yeah. And then All Star was more of a poppy sound. But like all their other stuff was like ska punk, kind of like fun, crazy.
Sure.
So part of the goal for this album was to kind of go back to that kind of vibe. And so a lot of the album is that kind of ska punk, just like fun music. And then there's a couple of 60s throwbacks, a little bit of reggae in there, a little bit of pop. So it's all over the place, but the basic thrust of it is like the ska punk, old school roots.
Okay.
Vibe.
Okay. It if I don't do anything from the new album, how are you going to feel about that?
Any songs?
Yeah, like when we're like,
nobody wants to hear the new songs. Nobody wants to.
Now I want to do them. Now I'm going to be like, you guys want to hear the old stuff?
We have a couple new ones mixed in there. You
got
to have a couple new songs and force
feed of course, exactly.
in the middle of the set. You're not going to close with it, but we have a single we put out a couple summers ago called "Ride On," which became like a fan favorite. So we played every show. And so there's a couple new ones in there, but they wanted. The cool thing about Smashmouth that you may not know, which I didn't know, is that they don't have one hit or two hit or three hits. They actually have seven that everybody would know. A couple of them are covers, obviously.
Let me see if I can name these.
See if you can name the seven.
Let's see. Walking on the Sun. More When the Morning Comes, right?
Good one,
right?
Yeah. Then the morning comes, yeah.
Then the Morning Comes. Then, of course, you have I'm a Believer. You have
Psalm.
It's not, All Star, of course. So we got 4 of the 7.
Yep.
There's another cover in there, right?
A couple more covers.
There's a couple of other covers. Like I know there was a cover of the War song.
Why Can't We Be Friends? Yep.
So that's 5.
Yep.
You didn't think I was going to get to 5, did you?
I didn't think you get Then the Morning Comes. That was a number 2 banger. Yeah.
Because the first one was Walking on the Sun, and then Can't Get Enough of You, Baby. There was 6.
And you wouldn't know the 7th one because it's a cover that we did when I joined, but it's the surprise one that brings all the worlds together, which is Never Gonna Give You Up.
See,
a souped up version of Rick Astley.
Yeah.
So, and people lose their minds when we play that.
Yeah.
And so it stayed in the set since day one. But
you didn't think I was going to name 6.
That was impressive. You might be qualified. You might be overqualified for this job. I couldn't name 7 songs when I joined.
No.
So
is the set list pretty much locked in, or do you guys try to be flexible with it?
We have to have. I was going to say, when you have 7 hits or songs that people know,
sure,
and you play 20 songs, every third song is a banger.
Yeah,
which most bands can't say that. You know, like every third song.
Real, yeah.
And there's also a few other ones that are like top 40. Like, there's a song called "Hot" that was in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid soundtrack. A lot of people know that one.
Yeah,
there's a couple more, but so you can. The set list is like. It's basically locked in overall, but we also have, depending on where we play, we have a 60, a 75, an 80, and a 90.
Okay.
So sometimes we have to add or subtract songs, but you're going to play, we play basically the touchstones, the opener, the middle kind of like thing, and then the big closers. That's kind of locked in, but the stuff in between that moves around.
Yeah. Well,
the interpretive dance.
I feel like, and I'm going to look, if I don't get the job, so be it. I'm making my peace with this, Zach.
Now I thought, are you starting to lose confidence already?
I might be playing a little rope-a-dope with you, but you'll find out.
All right.
You'll find out when you have a box, when you're leaving the rehearsal space with a box with a plant.
The plants,
yeah. You'll know. He got me. You'll be like,
damn, what else am I going to do?
Checkmate. You got me. I'm assuming All-Star is generally toward the end of the set.
When you see Journey, they don't open with "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
Which is really fun because that's another thing you got to get used to. Is the kids holding out the play All-Star for 90 minutes for the entire show,
as if you're going to be. Well, this is what I feel like you should do, and this is you can take this whether it's me doing it or you doing it. The show starts. What's the opener? What do you open with?
We were opening with "Can't Get Enough of You, Baby" for a long time, but then we added a lesser known song called "The Crawl," which is kind of more. And the philosophy on that is you get one freebie. Yeah, because people are walking to their seats, they hear the music.
And so they're like,
if you play a huge hit number one, then it's already gone. But if you play one that's like halfway recognizable, then they're in their seats for the second song, which is "Can't Get Enough."
No, this makes perfect sense. After that, I feel like you come up there, and if you just go and you go. Not yet. Like it's the second song. You're like, because everyone's like, you go some, and you just like let it sit.
It's got to be F sharp.
And then you just go.
The reason why I can't do that because I've trust me, I've thought of all these tricks to mess with people. I try to mess with people as much as I can for fun, just because to keep myself amused.
Sure, yeah.
But if you do that, they'll finish the whole song for you, and then you can't not play.
Then they're just gonna
So what I usually do is I'll give a couple fake intros similar to your idea, but I'll do something like the song that I just mentioned, "Hot" from. I'll say about halfway through the set, I'll be like, "All right, I see you out there. You know, this next song comes from my kid's favorite animated movie." And then you say "Diary of a Wimpy Kid." Yes, and then I usually get about a good smattering because people know that movie too.
So people get said, but then it's like,
but it's no Shrek. It's no
like
Shrek.
some grumble.
It's no Shrek.
Yeah. Well, the risky thing though. If suddenly there was time limitations and you didn't play All-Star yet, and so they're like, we've done that before.
Yeah. Well, we've never not played it.
Okay.
But we've played shows where it's like you're playing two songs.
Yeah.
And so like we did like the Kings game, we did the Rams game, and when you do TV stuff, I'm sure you get like 1 minute. So we have to do like a medley of like half Walking on the Sun, half I'm a Believer, commercial break, and then All-Star. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's like, if you have to only play one song, you're playing that for sure.
No, of course. That's
not the new song.
This is the thing. It is so hard. You know this from the 90s. You're pounding it out in San Diego, trying to get something off the ground. It is the hardest thing to get anywhere to where you can actually like put food on the table. Not saying you need a mansion, but even just that you could have a car and put food on the table out from you getting to do music.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's a gift.
It's incredible.
And it's like, so if you're doing it, you're playing songs that people love and you're making people go, "Oh my God, I love all these songs. Oh, I forgot about that one. That song rules too. Oh, I didn't know they covered it." Whatever it is, it's like, that's as good as it gets, I think, for real in life.
I think the only thing better is if you wrote the songs.
Well, yeah. Well, then you might have the.
But in terms of live experience, I mean, it's very fulfilling. Even though it's kind of the same-ish set most nights, it's like every. I mean, I had no idea how big this band still is. I mean, maybe it'll be even bigger when you join. But I mean, everywhere we go, 10 to 20,000 people show up.
We did
it's
it
crazy.
together. Why are we not doing this together? I could buy one of those shirts.
Yeah, Target, baby. Come on, let's get a collab going.
This is all I think. I feel like you should at least give me a shot.
Well, when are you going to come to a show and sing a song? If only we played anywhere near LA.
Yes, I'm gonna have to sing Mercury Comet now.
You got to get on the plane and fly to Oklahoma.
I guess I'm going to Oklahoma.
You know you're going to Skokie, Illinois next week. That's where we're going.
So, and like your summers must just be blocked off.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't get a weekend off for like 6 months.
Yeah,
and I'm a single dad, so if I do weekend off, I have kids.
Yeah.
So it's pretty busy. And then it kind of winds down over the winter, for 4 or 5 months. But actually, last year it didn't wind down. We did a 2-week tour on a Christmas train in Canada, which was amazing. We did a 90s cruise, like all those cast of characters I just mentioned. Sure. That was super fun. And we did one other thing. We went to Japan. So we had stuff pop up. So it was actually a busy winter as well.
Okay. Who are your friends that you've made through all this shared circuit?
A lot of those guys that I mentioned in those bands are all homies. Like they're all super cool, really nice guys. Like Spin Doctors, Gin Blossom guys are all cool. I mean, I'm sure you've heard it before, but Mark McGrath is like the nicest guy in show business. He's a sweet guy. So he's he's a text away.
Yeah. So he's like the me
he's the you of
Sugar Ray.
Exactly. Yeah. That's like basically, yeah. Just all charisma.
I know this is what's going to happen. I'm going to just go one joke too far, and then your face is going to just change, and be like, "Oops." Okay.
I can take it. I can take it. I can trust me. You have to have a thick skin to be in Smashmouth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jokes going around. So you have to lean into it.
Of course, but it's just like the idea of like anybody having one hit is like. It's like hitting the lottery, basically.
Like Mark said, like Mark McGrath, his famous quote is, "I'd rather be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder."
Well, that's exactly it. It's just like, and then to like pull it a second time, a third time, it's like, well, you're a part of the thing now. Like all I ever wanted, Zach, with this show was to just be on the continuum. Just put me on the continuum. Am I the biggest person? No, I'm not the biggest person. But I did a lot on here, and I did a lot of stuff. I was early on a lot of things here. And I just like, all I ever wanted was, I know there's people who influenced me, obviously. And if anybody ever said, "Oh, your show made me want to do it," that's like the greatest gift I could ever get was that I just got to be on the continuum as a participant in this larger thing. And 100%. That's literally what you're doing now. You get to play music on the weekends, thousands of people. Look, maybe you want a little bit of that All-Star money would be nice. Who wrote All-Star?
Greg Camp.
Okay.
Guitar player.
Sure.
And he wrote Walk on the Sun.
Okay.
And Neil Diamond wrote Better Believer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Believer. Better Believer's off the new album. Paul Delisle wrote that one.
Yeah. No, this is it's really fun and it's really interesting, this whole thing, and it is really something that's that you get to be a part of kids' first shows and things
every
like
weekend.
That.
There's a kid that has
their
first show experience.
I went to Great Adventure in New Jersey, Six Flags Great Adventure as a kid. I forget who I saw. Dr. Hook.
Dr. Hook. That was your first concert?
Like the first live music ever. So yeah, that would be it when it's they're up.
Was that
there.
The place that had the water slide that knocked your teeth out? They did that documentary on, or was that different?
That was Action Park.
Action Park, yeah.
Which I went to many times as a kid.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, it was but it was just like a traditional amusement park that had like the little stadium in it. That,
I think we've done that once or twice.
Sure, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, and look, I never forgot. I'm here.
Yeah.
I still remember it's Dr. Hook I saw. I could
what was his big song, Dr. Hook?
Like when you're in love with the beautiful.
Oh, that was Dr. Hook.
Oh,
that was a jam.
Like Sexy Eyes they had.
Sexy Eyes. Oh, that's right.
And then
I always think Dr. John. Dr. Hook was that's right. Okay.
But they also had
I'm not familiar with their whole catalog.
They had that song on the cover of the Rolling Stone, which was like
Dr. Hook too.
They were like kind of like grungy then, and then they cleaned it up a little.
So they had 3 songs.
I think
compared to
our
7
songs. Yeah.
Compared to our 7.
Now look, they're not even They need one half of a song to be half where you
See
guys
that?
are at. Look, suck it,
Hook.
Dr. Hook. I think they're all gone.
Maybe you can try it to be in Dr. Hook. Maybe you have the
Well, I think-
experience. You know the catalog.
I don't think anybody's alive from Dr. Hook.
Dr.
Well,
Charlotte.
this is and then thank you for saying that. Smashmouth, I'm gonna just concede. It's yours. I'm not gunning for it.
That was easy.
But
That only took like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Look, but what I have an idea for is something called Smashmouth. Like Scharpling.
Is that would that be a loving tribute to Smashmouth?
It would probably be a cheap wholesaling of Smashmouth, and we'd make the C in Smashmouth
Right.
very small on the thing. It'd be just
enough to fool the consumer, just to avoid legal,
just enough people would be like, oh wait, that is a C there. It literally it's
to avoid the lawsuit.
Exactly. It's like when you see like Kennedy Fried Chicken, and you're just like places like that, and you're just like same font, same everything. They got some old guy with a Kentucky Colonel tie on the thing, but it's Kennedy Fried Chicken.
I'm listening. This could be a good idea. I mean, with your viewership and your your reputation.
So I'm gonna hold down the vocals. So you think what's the opening? What's the opening note for how am I supposed to hit this opening note for somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
F sharp.
Yeah. Okay.
You can carry the little carry the little like tone whistle thing in your pocket if you want.
So I shouldn't go No, you like it.
Yeah.
Body. Not like that. No.
It's not me who likes it. This is
Look,
you gotta follow the rules if you want to be
the smell test.
Exactly. The smell test.
Yeah. So already going to get Chalky is going to play bass. I think I already got him on.
You know, we're in a band together, kind of.
You're in.
Well, I played bass in this band called Geezer, and then I left, and he joined the band when I got the Smashmouth gig. So that's how I know him.
That's
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. No, he's one of the all-time great guys.
Yeah.
We're like a real sweetheart. And you might be less happy with him. I'm more happy with him now. And now you're just like,
I didn't know
what did you rope me into?
I didn't know he was taking over my band or so. But
well,
so who else you got lined up?
It's a parallel thing.
Who else you got lined up? Who's on drums?
I don't know who should get for drums.
I mean, go for the top. Get like
Keith Emmer, Carl Palmer's still alive. I might get Carl Palmer from Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Not Kiki Palmer.
No, not Kiki Palmer. I figured because then if I get a guy with a giant drum set.
What about Josh Freese? You could just go for the top. That guy's available for everything.
Might as well get that. Yeah.
He probably already knows it.
Yeah, I might have to bring him in.
Maybe Greg Bissonette. I think he subbed a few gigs for Smashmouth at one point. So he might know the material still.
So guitar wise, who do you think I should be hitting up with
guitar? Do you want to go like full technical, like Satriani Vi action, or do you want to kind of maybe stay with
Satriani? Yeah, I'm looking for an interlude that I can leave the stage for 35 minutes while they do
the shredders, SCH shredders.
Like
you got Shocky, you got shredders.
Yeah.
You're in LA.
Yeah,
guitar players are not hard.
I'll just go to Guitar Center.
You're in Sunset. You're in Hollywood. Just throw and no problem.
Exactly. I get some.
I mean, honestly, if you do it on our off season, you could probably just have our band to back you up. I mean, it'll be so much easier.
It'll be like, because I'm sure like
they already know the songs. They have, they
know the songs,
the tempos.
I'm the weak link, which is all I've ever wanted in my life, Zach, is to be a part of it, to be the weak link in something that is making money.
Well, being a singer is one of the only things you could do where you can be the weakest link, but if you have technique or charisma, or your own style, you can still be liked. I mean, you can't suck if you're a drummer. You have to keep time. Yeah. So you can sing out of key or have a weird voice or be Bob Dylan or Tom Waits or whoever, and you're a genius if you have your own style. Yeah, so if you anything's possible.
If you go on stage and you're playing guitar the way Bob Dylan sings, you got a problem.
Bingo.
For the show.
Yeah.
If you can go up and sing like Bob Dylan, right?
It's coming together now.
What's the one of the weirder shows that you've played, like in terms of these, especially these one-offs? Like,
yeah, we've done some. I mean,
you do like crazy corporate things.
We do a few corporate things. Those are not as fun because it's usually like 100 people in a room that are just like play all-star. It's like they paid a lot of money and they want to hear the song they want to hear. Some of them are great, but some of them are they test your patience a little bit.
Yeah.
We've flown a long way to play. Like, we went all the way to Malaysia to play for one show,
Mhm.
Okinawa for one show. We did Peru. We did a metal festival in Peru last summer. That was fun. It was like us, Manson, Avenged Sevenfold, Anthrax, and then the Hives. And it was great. That was super fun. We did a show where a guy took off his leg for us to sign it for him. Took off the prosthetic and just handed it on stage. Like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one. Yeah.
And with when you get on like a metal bill like that, do you guys like thick it up a little bit to try to
play
like
a little mix in a little Slayer.
Yeah.
A little South of Heaven.
Well,
I could do that.
But I mean, just like you have to like get like the
South of Heaven. You could do a Slayer tribute too.
Slayer.
Look,
Look, you
get him on the show
I
next.
think you might be my manager.
Get Tom on here.
I need a
I'm
manager.
telling you, I got ideas.
Look, you've got connections. You know lit.
I know that.
This guy knows lit.
What's up, guys?
You can get me in with lit.
I can get you in with lit.
Yeah.
They moved to Nashville though, so you gotta go down to Nashville.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go to Nashville.
It's a fun town.
I love Nashville.
Yeah.
That might be the drunkest city.
New Orleans. Nashville,
but I still feel like Nashville has like a weird. The thing that's weird about Nashville to me is like, it's like it's professional. It's like it's such a music city.
Yeah.
But there's people like playing. Like you walk down that main drag and those bars, everyone has those garage doors slid up, and they're at 10 in the morning. They have bands going, and there are people royally hammered at 10 in the morning. But it's just like it seems like if I was a musician, especially the country, I would be. You have to move there.
Our keyboard player lives in Nashville actually, and he produces and gigs 6 nights a week. He's busy.
And it seems like a
Klooster.
What's that?
That's his name, Michael Klooster. Shout out.
Well, Michael, we'll be working together soon. Because I figure I could do Smashmouth with the other guys. Like, what are we thinking? Like early December,
November to March, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. November to March. We're kind of like, and we call
they could use the work too because they need gigs. That we have not a lot of gigs. They want to be working.
We call ourselves the off-season Smashmouth.
Not off-brand, but off-season.
Not off-brand, off-season. Because the proper one, the summer, you want to hear the songs.
But where does it end? I mean, do you do Sublime? Do you do Stone Temple Pilots? Like, where does it end?
Well, I had an idea for a band called Stone Temple. It was what was it called again, Brett?
It's called Stone Temple Pilots.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, because you're Tom.
I'm Tom. So it's gonna be Stone Temple Pilots because
I think we need to get down to the root of what's going on with your psychology.
I need help. I need so much help.
You just need a spotlight on
Zach. For the love of God,
tell me about your childhood. What happened?
It was not good. It was not good.
Show me on the water bottle where they hurt
It didn't go well. I please. We don't have enough time. I'll open my head and I'll show you. Now, no. Oh, look. You coming in is so much fun, and you're such an awesome guy and a great sport. And I'm just like so happy that Chalky put us in touch.
Yeah,
and
it worked out.
So you're now, are you winding down for a minute?
July was really busy. Like, we had like 8 shows, which doesn't sound like a lot if you're on a bus, but when you're flying, that's 24 travel days, because 3 travel days a show-ish. Yeah. So, you're gone pretty much the whole month. You fly home for one day and then you fly right back out type of thing, or you stay out. This month, it's like basically every weekend, but the way it worked out, next like 6 weeks, it's like almost all Canada. Okay. So it's just like, we just got back from Canada last couple nights ago. We're going back this weekend. Yeah. Then back next, we like 6 in a row every weekend for one show, then fly home. And those are long travel days. So it's like, it's a lot of Canada back this month. And then it kind of winds down. Okay. We actually have a pretty busy October already. I think we're booked every weekend in October. And then the new album. And next year we already have stuff booked, like big stuff we can't announce yet. But it takes time to build up. I mean, when you change singers, that's one of the problems also if you're going to do this. Sure. You did the heavy lifting. I did that, yeah. But what if they do it again? If they change it a second time, are you going to be where we have built ourselves back up to now? I'm also going to kind of pretend I'm you. I didn't mention that part. Oh. I'm not going to
say I'm not you.
If you just get a cheap glasses sponsorship, you could
Well,
just
those are the greatest glasses I've ever seen in my life, first of all. No, it's amazing that you get to have all these fun adventures and that this is where music took you. Yeah. I think is pretty
it was music or comedy because I was obsessed with SNL as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I grew up right at that time when right when I was like, when the Eddie Murphy cast took over was like my prime. I saw Devo on there and just like lost my mind. And ever since then I've been, and me and Paul, the bass player, have that in common. We're both like SNL nuts.
Sure.
And to this day, like, it's not, it's hit or miss, obviously, but then you go back, it was always hit or miss.
Absolutely. No, well, that's the thing that gets like lost in the equation. And everybody always says with Saturday Night Live, when you were 14, that was the best version of the show, and everything after it is
to me it's like Tony Rosato and like Joe Piscopo, and I'm like Tim Kazurinsky and those guys,
and Brad Hall, right, and
Julie Louis-Dreyfus, John Charlie Rocket,
Charles Rocket, the late great Charles Rocket, Gail Mathias,
was
Robin Duke, Gilbert Gottfried was there,
and then they changed over to the Ralph, what's his name? Iron Man. Remember that one year? It was Robert Downey Jr.
It was Robert Downey Jr. Anthony Michael Hall, Randy Quaid.
Who else was there?
Yeah, it was Joan Cusack.
There was the gay guy. What was
Terry Sweeney.
He was pretty funny.
Denitra Vance.
That's right.
Yeah, and that was like, and John Lovitz was the first of the crop that kind of like, he was a part of that one. It was John Lovitz and Dana Carvey and Phil Hartman were like the first of the ones that like took it into the
early 90s. Yeah. Some good stuff. Yeah, when people say, I haven't watched since the original show, it's like, then you've missed every important comedian of the last 30 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's Will Ferrell ever done, or Adam Sandler?
I know. Yeah, it's like.
Or Chris Rock.
Well, you rule. Anytime I look, and it's Chad I see going, this guy's great. This guy's cool. What an amazing guy. He's having fun. Like you.
I'm waiting for the hate
crushed.
To kick in.
No, look, they hate me. They would give anything if we did do that Freaky Friday thing. That would be a dream come true.
Available. I can do it.
I'm considered the weak link on my own show.
Man.
I don't want to be the weak link here. I want to be a weak link on something that people cash in real checks.
I mean, it sounds like a crazy stunt, but I mean, or a bit, but I mean, you could actually make it happen. I mean, Conan O'Brien plays live gigs, right? I mean, Sandler.
Because I could do the thing. It's just like, right? It ain't no joke when a mother's handkerchief face up, right?
I could close enough.
I could. Because his baby's life has been revoked.
That's right. That's actually not bad. Considering it's the type of band where it's more of a vibe. Like his voice was more of like a swingy kind of vibe, as opposed to like if you're stepping in for, Journey. Yeah, it's not the same type of gig.
No, and there is the, like you were saying earlier, was there is like you're like hosting the shows as much as you're singing in the band. Like you're a.
I got some good shtick.
Yeah. What's a go-to?
I just know how to, it's a learned thing of how to like just banter and know when to talk and when not to talk. And I tend to yap because it just comes naturally to me for some reason. So, if we have to kill time, someone breaks a string, like, there's a malfunction with something, like happened last week, the snare drum, the kick drum was it was like it was messed up, had to be changed. So I just stop and I'm like, I just tell a story right in the middle of it, going to Toronto last weekend and just seeing Rush because I walked in as the concert was getting out and enough for 45 seconds. And then they're like, we're good. And we changed it and it's back in. So you got to think on your feet quick. There's no time for writing bits.
I would probably be up there, say the amp isn't working or whatever. I would probably look at these people like, what are you looking at?
Just start doing Neil Hamburger.
Just be like, I would get very very defensive.
Right.
You guys think you're better than me?
Well, I think that was part of the problem with the band in the past. Yeah, that's what you're not supposed to do.
No, because they had a thing. What were they throwing bread?
Yeah, but that's so I've heard. Yeah, it was before my day.
I would hope nobody's just like, hey, let's turn that into our own Rocky Horror thing.
Right?
Like,
don't do that if you're listening.
Yeah, no,
Be
don't
nice.
throw bread.
Be
For
nice.
real. People are out of control. Like
how about a bread cover band?
a bread, yeah, we could do Everything I Need, right? David Gates, the classic, right? He was a songwriter. I think he was in the mix writing stuff for. I think the Monkees recorded one David Gates song. I'm pretty sure
they recorded one song by everybody. Pretty much.
Yeah,
they had a lot of songs.
Yeah,
a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, Neil Young played guitar on 2 Monkees songs.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like there's a song called "You and I," which is this Davy Jones song. Has this insane. It's like a 2-minute song. It's like a guitar workout, and it's clearly Neil Young. When you hear it,
it's one note.
It's like it's like the most Neil Young thing you've ever heard, but it's him just like between Buffalo Springfield and his solo stuff. He's just like, I'll grab some.
Well, they're all in the Laurel Canyon mix, right? Mickey was there.
Yeah,
the Hollywood Vampires or the John Lennon Lost Weekend.
They all, everybody out here. Peter Tork had a house in Studio City, up in the hill that was like the party house, like the Stones stayed there. Everybody stayed. So, but if you listen to the song "You and I," you're going to be like, "How did I never hear this?"
All right, I'll check
song.
it out.
Now, Zach, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about this. It's anytime you want to come back and hang out, the door is always open.
Thank you.
Where can people follow you?
On the social medias, I'm Divided by Zach.
Okay.
Divided by ZACH, Divided by Zach on the Insta or wherever. And then my website is just zachgoode.com, ZACH, GOODE, zachgoode.com. Has all my voiceover stuff and upcoming shows and, yada, yada, all that fun stuff. And then Smashmouth Official. We're all over the streamers. Mercury Comet is the new album. It came out 1 week ago, so give it a spin.
Yeah.
And we'll be on the road near you sometime soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So you're kicking me out of the podcast and the band.
Oh, look, all good things have to come to an end at some point.
It took me 4 hours. I was like, all right.
It took me 4. I'm not here for 4 hours.
Like DoorDash.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is amazing.
Thanks,
Tom. Thanks so much. And can Brett or Andrew, can you find in my office, can you give Zach my book, please?
The book. All right.
It's in one of the bins.
I think I'm taking a t-shirt too.
You take whatever you want. Anything not nailed down, it's all yours.
Sweet.